In this lesson for our integrated project, we're going to work on a financial spreadsheet for the business. Before we move on with our financial spreadsheet, we'll answer a few knowledge recall questions. So from this unit, you need to say what a Gantt chart is. You need to explain what a target audience is, what is a newsletter, and what is planning. So you can pause the video and answer these questions in your ePortfolio. Hopefully you've got answers along these lines. So we know that a Gantt chart is a visual view of tasks scheduled over time. Target audience is a particular group at which products such as a film or advertisement is aimed. A newsletter is a printed or electronic report containing news and information. And planning is the process of thinking about the activities required to achieve a desired goal. So in today's lesson, we're going to develop our spreadsheet for our Gains for You company. We're going to understand why spreadsheets are used in business and the benefits of using spreadsheets, and you can then hopefully move on to create a graph or a chart for your spreadsheet model. So first of all, you need to answer in your ePortfolios, what is an ePortfolio? So again, you can write that and pause the video for 30 seconds to give your definition of a spreadsheet. You also then need to explain why spreadsheets are used and the benefits of using a spreadsheet and what spreadsheets are likely to have on them. So again, you can pause the video and answer this section. So hopefully you came up with the answers that a spreadsheet is software which is used to calculate information in a document, and spreadsheets can handle all the financial calculations for a large business. They can also work out statistics and probability, and can be used to model situations to see the best way to do certain things. And then they can produce charts and graphs to show the information visually to other people. So on your spreadsheet, the things we're expecting you to see are things like your company name and your company address and your logo, financial information for your model, graphs and charts, and possibly different worksheets. So that's the tabs at the bottom. Here we've got a couple examples of different spreadsheets. You can see that the spreadsheet on the left here shows the different months and the income and expenditure for that company over that time. And the one on the right is a more professional looking spreadsheet, still a spreadsheet with the months over the year and working out all the costs of different products. So that's the sort of thing that you're looking to produce. So just a recap of formulas and functions. A formula is used to do every single calculation in the spreadsheet. Formulas could be used for such things as adding two numbers together. And formulas are important because once you've set them up, any changes you make in your spreadsheet, the answers will automatically update based on the data you're changing. So that's why formulas are useful. Functions are similar to formulas, but they do specific jobs within a spreadsheet, and you can use functions such as the sum function or the average function. So they're pre-recorded formulas in some ways. So we've got an example here of equals sum A1 to A5. So that's adding up all the cells from A1 to A5. So spreadsheet models, we can use a spreadsheet to model situations where we can say what if. So if we change the price of something, or if we sell more products, we can work out different amounts like the profit made or what we might have to charge somebody to make a break even, how much we need to charge to make a profit. So that's the information to do with modelling. So we're obviously testing things out rather than things that have actually happened with a model. And spreadsheets are really handy for making graphs and show information for your data. And hopefully we can move on to creating a graph for your data towards the end of this lesson. So here's a Gains for You spreadsheet. This is the sort of thing that you're going to have to produce today. And these are different games that Gains for You sell. The games in stock is how many they've got left in stock to sell. Games sold is how many they've actually sold. And games left is how many from the stock and how many sold. So this take away this gives you this value. The selling price is how much each one's being sold for, and the total sales per item is the selling price multiplied by how many have been sold. And then we've got a total for how many have been sold overall, and then a graph to show this information. So from the graph I can see that Little Alchemy 2 is the best selling game, or the one that's produced most profit, and that is really obvious in the graph. It's not so obvious in the table. That's why we use graphs. I can see here that Camp Wonderopolis is the lowest selling game that the company has. So they might want to do more advertising for this game to get the game sold, and therefore the stuff they have in stock can be moved on rather than left in the cupboard. So you're going to create a spreadsheet, not a newsletter, spreadsheet using either Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel, and you should have your Games for You logo, appropriate house style, so that's your colour theme, appropriate title, appropriate chart. So this is what you're looking to create. Now I've started creating my one here in Excel, so I'm just going to bring this in. So it's the same information that we've got here, but I've got that here, and this is what you're going to produce. I can do several things. I can double click to make the widths the right size, games in stock and so on, and I can do a few things, like we start off with 5,000 games for each of them, and I can just copy that down for all my cells to make that quicker. Games left is going to be the games in stock, take away the games sold, so I can use equals this cell, take away that cell, and press enter and drag that down. My total sales here will be how much I've created, so it's going to be equals how much I'm selling it for multiplied by how many I've actually sold, and again I can copy that down. Now if we look here, these are numbers. I want to turn these into currency, so I can format these cells and right click format cells, and I'm going to turn those into currency. So find currency, pound, 2 decimal places, click OK, and again I can do exactly the same for my total sales per item. I can format those cells to be currency, therefore it's making a little bit more sense. So that's the information I've created so far. You'll notice on the example on the PowerPoint slide it's coloured in, so you can colour that in yourself. I've got a total at the bottom here, so I'm just going to add my total in, which is equals sum, bracket, and select all the cells I'm adding up, close the bracket and press enter. So that's my total amount there, and you can go on to add in a title, colour the cells bold, or the format just to make it look a little bit neater. The only other quick thing I want to show you now before you get on with your work yourself is I can select this information. So select the first information, hold down Control, select the second bit of information, and I can go to Insert, and I'm looking to put a chart in of some kind. I can choose what chart I want. I'm going to go for this type, and I can then format my chart with a title, change the colours, work on my chart to show the information that I want to show. I've just noticed I've spelt alchemy wrong. But again, we can change that. We can change that to in here, and it will change it in our chart area. So this is really handy if we want to change something now. Say we sell some more games. So maths made easy. Let's say we sell another 250, so that's a total of 500. You'll notice that my graph will then change as well. So it's all responsive, it all works. When you're editing your spreadsheet data, your chart data will change as well. So going back to the PowerPoint, you need to create this information here. You need to format the cells with borders and shading, text formatting, formatting the numbers for decimal place and currency. Use formulas and functions in your work, and then you can make a change. So like here we've got the Go Noodle game, actually cost £9.30, and change that entry. So you should be able to change your spreadsheet and hopefully everything automatically updates. And then you can create a graph to show that information. So you need to complete that work and show evidence in your ePortfolio, and then remember to save your ePortfolio as you progress.